Hey guys, welcome to another quick run through of something here that at Lawrence that we get a question a lot about depth problems. A lot of times, if you see this depth not operating properly, have three dashes or what have you. Good thing to keep in mind with this is that you have control over a lot of things, and you can sometimes fix those depth settings just a little bit. So I want to just give you two key things that with sonar that are really good and being able to help you with depth and to be able to get your depth right. They are depth range and auto sensitivity. As you see, we're at 40 foot. We're sticking really good at auto 40 foot. Our unit is locked into position. Sometimes, in order to get this to work the best for me, I have to hit 40 foot and leave it, because what auto is doing is it's adjusting based on the depth, and it's trying to adjust the screen back and forth. What if I'm on a lake that's just 40 foot, doesn't have a lot of peaks and valleys, then I am going to be good with 40. I don't really need to change that, and if I have that 40 changed and set there, then my unit knows that it's from 0 to 40 at all times. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. Frequency. As you know, with this, I'm going to change frequency. Do you see how the picture changes just a little bit? If I go to medium chirp, high chirp, it's going to change just a little bit to be able to show that picture just a little bit better for me. So as you see that, maybe I want to change it to high chirp and filter it out, or maybe I want to go back just to my 200 kilohertz and see that. So 200 kilohertz from my perspective is good for shallow water from 0 to 60 feet. 83 or 50 is good for deep water. So if you have a 83 kilohertz, you want to use 83 kilohertz. High chirp is just like 200 kilohertz. It's going to give you the chirp technology at a 200 kilohertz area. So if you're using high chirp and 200 kilohertz, that's going to be for 60 feet. Medium chirp and low chirp are going to be for deeper water. So if you want to use medium chirp, it's going to be for anything below 60. And low chirp is for deep, really, really deep water. Just like 50 kilohertz is really for deep water. I'm going to kick it back over to 200. So we're there because we're in shallow water. We're in 40 foot. Sensitivity. Most important thing to be able to adjust with your unit. Normally when people are adjusting sensitivity, if you look at 100%, we can't see anything. It's just completely opaque across the board. If we lower it to, say, the faint blue line points, which on this lake, just for our purposes, is gonna be right around 47. If we have that faint blue line point, that's going to be the lowest we can go. So the lowest we can go is 49%. Now, if I slowly raise it up, okay, that's enough. I can see fish. I can see a white background. I can see everything that I need to see in order to be able to get that unit to work properly. So if I have it at 64%, the benefit of that is that my unit can actually see that white space right there. My unit can actually know that this is the top of the water that it had to push through on there. This is the bottom of the water, and these are the suspended targets in the water column. So if I have that there, I can hit those crosshairs and actually zoom in to that specific area. Oh, look at that fish, right? I can zoom out. I can go back, clear cursor, and I'm right back to where I started. A lot of times people have, and I just want to show you this, a lot of times people have auto sensitivity on because they want to keep it in auto. Look at the difference between that. Look at the difference. Seriously, it would be, I would much rather have that picture than I would have that picture. I don't know, call me crazy, but I would much rather have a picture that I adjusted that would be better for me, and that I could work with that all day. That's a nice big picture. It's good. It's there to go for me. So if I adjust color line too, it's going to give me that bright picture, but it's still going to have that have that there. So I know, in other words, I can see that color line be a little bit clearer for me. If I want to go into view, maybe I want to do split flasher, just to see a flasher. Maybe I don't. So the split basically splits the screen for you. Palette, maybe I want to change that palette into something with like a brown bottom. And view, you know, that brown bottom gives me a little bit better view of that. I like this palette right here because I know that that's the bottom of the lake or river I'm fishing in. These are the fish. That's the back of the water. And so then I can go in this, which is preview, cursor only always. That just gives me a preview of what I'm doing. If I want fish ID to be on, symbols, it's going to put those symbols right over the arches. If I want those depths, it's going to tell me what the depth of the fish is, and if I want both there. So if you're one of those people who likes fish ID, I find that fish ID is not as accurate as arches, but if you want to read fish, then that's perfectly fine to be able to do that. And then view, basically viewing your options. If I want to stop my sonar completely, that stops it. If I want to start it, that starts it, right? I might want to just stop my picture and actually view back. Now keep in mind, look at this. I have all of that sonar in our track back feature from where I've gone across over the water. Let's say, oh man, I just missed that fishing point right there. Oh, I want to put a new waypoint at that fishing point, and I want to put fish. Then I've got the new waypoint, I've got the depth, I've got everything there going, and then I've just placed a waypoint on that area. So then I go back to where I was. I'll say I'm going to go back there and fish a little bit. So if you're on the boat, you know, you're in a break time, and you're just wanting to take a look back at the fish that you have track back feature that you can take and look at the recording. So that really ultimately is everything that you need to know about that. I mean, if I was going to learn further from this, what I would do is I would learn sonar back and forth. I would learn the ways that sonar works. Sonar's mechanical energy that travels at 48 feet per second, 48,000 feet per second, really fast. So keep in mind that, you know, sometimes it's too fast, and that's why we have to back off that sensitivity. So if you're interested in learning more about this, you can Google sonar and learn about sonar there. If you're interested in learning more about our units and how they work, hopefully this video was helpful for you. But if you have any questions, definitely give us a call or email us. Or if you're interested in checking out our help and support tab, it has a lot of information of questions that have already been answered. So thank you so much, and have a great day.